So I've got something cool to show you today. This is going to be a playback of a full recording of the MA from start to finish. As you notice, we skipped through, or we didn't skip the opening cutscene. We fast forwarded through it. That is because in the engine, a cutscene skip is treated the same as loading a checkpoint, basically, or doing a revert. So that requires some extra work to get going, whereas actually watching the cutscene is just a continuous event. We're doing pretty well so far. We are going full path here to the bridge just because when you don't skip the cutscene, your angle on spawn is going to be different than had you skipped the cutscene. So that will end up making it so the normal cafe telly setup is different, and I haven't found a setup for actually watching the cutscene spawn, so we're just doing full path. And we get a little bit longer on the recording, so that's cool. If you notice, we have switched between, there's another one, we can switch between graphics, fine. And just about basically anything you can do. You know, swap weapons, throw grenades, swap nades, anything should work. There have been some desync issues. I did this recording earlier and it froze here, but it looks like we're good. This is, as far as the recording is far beyond what we got with the Gearbox version of the game. Gearbox, we might get like 1,000 ticks in before desyncing off of a recording. But now we are almost 10,000 ticks in, and we're still good. Because even one tick of desync, where the RNG is slightly different, that'll completely change the AI, and you know it'll change your weapon spread, so you don't even, your bullets don't go to the same spot, and that just cascades into a situation where it completely messes up. So we're still looking pretty good. We're what, 11,000 ticks in? Made it to reactors. About halfway through the level at this point.
Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it.
So when I played this level, there wasn't really anything I was particularly trying not to do. Like, I was just trying to do everything that a normal run would do. Like not playing things safe, just doing what you normally do. The only things you can't do are any sort of menuing. So, you know, hitting escape and going into the MCC menu, that will cause a desync. Also, dying and reverting will not work as well because it's for basically the same reason as skipping the cutscene, just how the revert works internally. This is so cool. Approach the crash site and be ready to pick us up at external access junction 4C as soon as you We've never got this far with the gearbox version of the TAS, and it's pretty incredible to see it working finally. And definitely props to 343 for making it easier for me from a development standpoint to get things working.
When it reaches zero, the engines will detonate. The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't be here when it blows.
Another thing to point out is this is not running necessarily in real time. It's basically on frame time. So what that means is when it was recording, it would record every frame so that we get a smooth, mouse and camera movement as opposed to the jerky movement you would see if we were locked to 30 ticks. So we get all of the movement, not just the on the tick boundaries. So effectively what we're doing is we're letting the engine play a certain number of frames to where on the last frame that we recorded, we say that we want a tick, and then we'll move on to the next tick. That basically means that it's hard to put this into words, how it's not running in real time right now, but because the frames for rendering take approximately as long between runs, it looks like it's running in real time right now. But for example, if I were to switch to the anniversary graphics right now, it would run slower than it would look now because it takes longer for an anniversary frame to render than it does an original frame. So I don't know, that's something that needs to be resolved, is running these frames, well, frames and ticks in real time as opposed to tick time, or frame time rather.
Calculating alternate escape route. Ship's inventory shows one longsword fighter is still docked in Launch Bay 7.
We're doing pretty good. Almost at the end of the run. We just got a 360 and barrels left, and then we're done. Also note, this is the third recording I've done of this particular recording. It did desync at some points, so this is not exactly perfect right now, but those are kinks we can work out in the future. But it still works damn good. Coming up to the end of the run.
That's the ship. Move! We need to get aboard now.
And I'm gonna pause it just at the end. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't get there fast enough, but anyways. That was a playback recording of the Maw from... Yeah. I don't know what else to say other than this is really cool. LMAO, get wrecked, Spo. So yeah, hopefully we can clean this up and fix those few issues that are remaining with menuing and reverts and stuff like that, and get this into a workable state where people can start having fun with it. So if you're still watching, thanks for watching, and hopefully more soon. Have a good one.